Hello and welcome back. We'll be taking a look at functions in this lesson. Functions are blocks of statement or code in a program which performs specific tasks. It can be used repeatedly in a program. If you find yourself repeating the same lines of code, then you need a function. When functions are created, it will not execute immediately when the page loads unless that function is called. Also, remember, function names in PHP are not case sensitive, so do take a note of that. In PHP, the types of functions are built-in functions and user-defined function. An example of the built-in function is the print function and the var dump that we used in the earlier examples. So let's look at an example with the date function. So date is the built-in function. So in parentheses, I'll input 1 and save this and run. Now what this does is it prints the month of the year. So this date function has a bunch of parameters. Typing D gives the day of the month and Y gives the year. Now let's combine all of this. I'll type D for day, 1 for the month, and then I'll type Y. So when I save this and reload, you can see it's telling me it's 3rd January 2023, which is currently at the time of making this lesson. That's an example of a built-in function. They are very useful. Okay, now let's look at the next type of function, which is the user-defined function. The user-defined function is what we will be focusing on. It starts with the keyword function followed by the function name. It cannot start with a number or special symbol like the dollar. A good practice is to use camel case to write out your function names. This means after every word, the next word should be written in a capital letter, as we'll be doing in our example. So let's create a function which will just say I love fruits. So first we have the function keyword to signify we're about to write a function. And I'll name this function fruit lover. So you can see this is a camel case. Fruit and then the lover, I made it capital. It's named after the way the back of a camel is designed. Just it slopes and then upwards. Something like that. Yeah. So after this we have our parentheses and then the statement block. And all we want this function to do is just echo out I love fruit. I'll type I love fruits. And now let's save this and reload. We see nothing. So now that we have created a function, it won't work unless we call it. Let's do exactly that. So the way we call this now is to type the function name without the function this time to signify that we are calling it, and then the parentheses. And now when I save this and reload, you can see it says I love fruit, just like we gave it in the echo here. So the next time we want to type I love fruit again, we don't have to type the whole echo so many times. We just have to type the function name and it will do the rest for us. That means I can repeat this so many times, and this 4 times, and it does the same thing. I love fruits, I love fruits, I love fruits. Alright, that was the introduction to function. Let's look at the function parameters and arguments in the next lesson.